crazy. For a country with no value to sell to the world, yet the immigration rules are so tight. Very interesting. Moving on, US-based Nigerian academic and columnist Farooq has apologized after sparking outrage with a Facebook post about former First Lady Aisha Buhari. In the now deleted Facebook post, Farooq claimed that Aisha had divorced the late President Muhammadu Buhari before his death and that he had asked her for forgiveness before he passed. Now, these claims were shared, of course, while the Buhari family is still in mourning, and it drew a lot of hate online for being insensitive and intrusive. Farooq later admitted that the post was a serious lapse in his judgment, and he acknowledged the hurt that it might have caused. Although in a more cheeky way, he did maintain the credibility of his source, and he stood by the accuracy of the information. He also accepted that the details were never meant for public consumption. He also recognized Aisha Buhari's right to define her own story, regardless of what others may claim to know. Of course, this saga has reignited an age-old debate in journalism and public commentary. Where should the line be drawn between telling the story and respecting the silence? This is a core dilemma in journalism, telling the truth while also having sensitivity and understanding the climate in which you are reporting certain news. This is very interesting. We must remember that we want to tell the truth, but we also want to be sensitive. Let's take a look at social media. Bashir Ahmed says, Farooq's reckless and ill-timed publication about the personal life of the former First Lady, Her Excellency Aisha Buhari, a widow in mourning, is a grave disservice to the very profession that he teaches, journalism. You can't be a journalism teacher and specialize gravely in speculative reportage. To act on second-hand claims, admit they were not intended to be public, and then seek refuge behind an apology after the damage is done is not courage. It is cowardice dressed as contrition. We'll take one more tweet. Miss Law says, Farooq goofed yet again, as many had suspected. It's such a shame. I have lost count of his apologies, retractions, recounts, and corrigendum. He seems to have a penchant for just writing before thinking, and it's a sign of good strength of character to be able to apologize when one is wrong, but definitely not when you do the damage that you do repeatedly. Team, this is very interesting because all of us are journalists. We understand the profession, and we understand that even here on this set, we can't just say anything